Imagine this. You open social media for just 5 minutes. Someone your age just bought a new house. Another person is traveling the world. Someone else started a successful business. Suddenly, your own life feels smaller. Nothing in your life has actually changed. But somehow, you feel less successful than you did 5 minutes ago. Why does this happen? Why do we constantly measure ourselves against other people? The answer lies deep inside the human mind. Today, we'll explore the psychology of social comparison, why our brains do it, how it affects our happiness, and how to stop letting comparison control our lives. Let's begin. What is social comparison? Social comparison is the process of evaluating ourselves by comparing our lives, abilities, appearance, or achievements with those of other people. Psychologists believe this is a natural part of human thinking. Your brain is always trying to answer one question. Where do I stand? To find that answer, it looks at the people around you. This habit isn't always harmful. Sometimes it motivates us to improve. But when comparison becomes constant, it can quietly damage our confidence. 1. Your brain wants a reference point. Imagine walking into a room where everyone is taking an exam. Without realizing it, you might wonder, am I doing better or worse than everyone else? The human brain loves reference points. Instead of measuring success against our own progress, we often measure it against other people. The problem is that everyone starts from a different place. Different opportunities. Different experiences. Different challenges. Comparing two completely different journeys rarely gives a fair result. 2. Social media shows highlights, not reality. Think about the last photo you posted online. Did you upload the first picture you took? Probably not. Most people choose the best angle, the best lighting, and the happiest moment. Now imagine millions of people doing exactly the same thing. Social media becomes a collection of everyone's best moments. When we compare our ordinary days with someone else's highlight reel, we naturally feel like we're falling behind. But we're comparing reality with a carefully edited version of reality. And that's never a fair comparison. 3. Comparison can steal your happiness. Have you ever achieved something important, only to immediately notice someone who achieved even more? Instead of celebrating, you started questioning yourself. This happens because comparison constantly moves the finish line. No matter what you accomplish, someone will always have more money, more followers, more success, or more recognition. If your happiness depends entirely on being ahead of everyone else, it will always feel temporary. 4. Upward and downward comparison. Psychologists often describe two common types of comparison. The first is upward comparison. This happens when we compare ourselves to people who seem more successful. Sometimes it inspires us. Other times it makes us feel discouraged. The second is downward comparison. This is when we compare ourselves to people who appear to be struggling more than we are. It can temporarily make us feel better. But relying on other people's difficulties to feel good about ourselves isn't healthy either. The healthiest comparison is often much simpler. Compare yourself with who you were yesterday. 5. Your journey is unique. Every person has a different timeline. Some people discover success early. Others find it much later in life. Some build careers. Some build families. Some overcome challenges that nobody else can see. Comparing lives without knowing the full story is like judging a movie after watching only one scene. There's always more happening behind the surface than we realize. How to break the comparison habit. The goal isn't to stop comparing forever. That's probably impossible. The goal is to become aware of it. The next time you catch yourself comparing your life with someone else's, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, am I learning something useful, or am I simply making myself feel worse? If the comparison inspires action, keep it. If it only creates self-doubt, let it go. Protect your attention. Celebrate your own progress. And remember that growth doesn't have to happen at the same speed for everyone. A common misunderstanding. People often believe that everyone else has everything figured out. But that's rarely true. Almost everyone is dealing with challenges you can't see. Behind confidence may be insecurity. Behind success may be years of failure. Behind a smile may be stress. Human beings naturally hide their struggles more often than their victories. That's why comparison usually gives us incomplete information. Final thoughts. Someone will always be richer. Someone will always be smarter. Someone will always be more successful. But there has never been another person with your exact experiences, your perspective, or your journey. The only comparison that truly matters is whether you're becoming a better version of yourself. Because real growth isn't about beating someone else. It's about becoming someone you're proud to be. If you enjoyed learning about psychology and human behavior, subscribe to Human Explained. Because the better we understand our minds, the better we understand ourselves. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.